many questions, lots of interactions and comments on the videos, and you've done me a favour, really. You've done me a real favour here, because somebody has given me the subject for tomorrow's video, Tuesday's video. It's Monday now, don't worry about it. Lots of comments, really good to see so many comments on these, and really good to see you interacting and disagreeing and agreeing with each other and all of that. So yeah, loads of comments on this one. At the end of this video, I've got Ray Borum, who's our admin. He sent in a video. It's from yesterday, but it still holds true. You know, his thoughts on the Burnley game and where we go going forward with Pellegrini. So I will sandwich that in this video at the end. Actually, it's not a sandwich if it's at the end. Sandwich is in the middle, isn't it? Or it'll be at the end. Anyway, whatever. I'm going to put it at the end of this video. That's fine. Some excellent comments though, and there's one which is just it's the subject of the day. I'll get to that. Hold on, I've just got to scroll down. Where are we? Actually, sorry, JGM, he said I sounded deflated. I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. I'm fine. I'm fine. It gets a bit much though. Do you know what I mean? Do you remember when I said it in yesterday's video? You've got to take a little bit of break from West Ham. You've got to take a breather. Just go and do something else. Otherwise, it drives you nuts. Particularly the news is going crazy on Talk Sport. They were talking about it. Sky were talking about it. Everything, all the forums, it's just all moving so quick. Social media, it's all moving so quick, and everyone's really tearing into West Ham at the moment. And to be fair, today's subject is about relegation. And I thought, oh no, should I not do that? But if I'm going to do a video every day, I can't have subjects that are off topic. I can't have subjects that I can't do. Otherwise, we're just, you know, the daily video. I've got to be able to talk about anything. And there's nothing positive to talk about at the moment. If I could think of something positive, we just won 5-0. We'd be doing a positive type video, wouldn't we? But we're not. We've not won 5-0 at all. Far from it. When will we next win 5-0? I wonder. Anyway, what have we got there? So yeah, don't worry about that. We've had some really interesting ones responding to the Eddie Howe stuff, and you know, the fact that he wouldn't be attractive to West Ham. So thank you for all of your comments. Sorry, he wouldn't find West Ham attractive, is really my point. Someone mentioned Lee Bowyer, which I thought was quite interesting. I mean, that may well be the type of lake we're fishing in. He may well do a good job. A few people mentioned Gerrard. I can't see it. The fella that's also just been sacked by Bayern Munich. He was the Frankfurt manager previously. No chance. These people aren't coming to West Ham. So, you know, don't forget, any of these people you're going to have to entice with money. Our board are just about to announce a £30 million loss. Plus, as I mentioned, they want to take a £40 million dividend, loan repayment. They want to take a loan repayment. So nobody's coming in and getting any money. So just to rule that out, if anybody comes in, they are going to be the bottom of the barrel. They're not going to be. You're not going to. Pep Guardiola's not taking over at the London Stadium. I can assure you of that one. As Lord Bacon, hold on, Lord Bacon says I look like Jose Mourinho. I don't. I think it's amazing. I think it's fantastic. I do not look. Do I look like Jose Mourinho? I don't. I don't look like Jose Mourinho. My wife wishes I look like Jose Mourinho. Ah, here it is. This is from Krusty Carl, and I'm quite sure that that's not his real name. I reckon his surname's not Carl. I reckon his first name's Carl. His first name's certainly not Krusty. Anyway, he says, all right, Gonzo, mate. Enjoying your videos on the old forum channel. Just got an idea I'd like to see you talk about. He says, realistically, looking at the way our season's going, relegation is within the realms of possibility. That being said, I can see us staying up. So, Krusty Carl thinks we'll stay up, but it's not unreasonable that it could happen that you could get relegated. However, if we were going to go down this season, what players would you look to see staying and helping us fight for promotion? What would the starting lineup look like? I can see players like Diangana, Cullen, Holland looking to find themselves a spot in the first team. He reckons Snodgrass, Noble, Cresswell, Ogbonna and some of the others would stay. He thinks Fabianski and Antonio would, but he's not sure how realistic that would be. Just a thought, might make an interesting video for the channel. No worries if not. I would like to hear your thoughts on this. Keep up the good work. Carl, thank you, mate. And it is a good subject. And I like it. I like this one. So, let's deal with it. So, what this really is West Ham in the Championship. And the reason I shudder, I've seen us get relegated many times. I've even said it all last week. You don't even need to say it again. Different though now. It's very, very different. Because if we got relegated, that stadium would be a millstone around our neck. It really would. It would be like a spa weekend for any of the opposition teams coming through. I mean, many of them, particularly those that never played in the Premier League, never seen anything like it. It is absolute luxury, pure decadence. Some of us don't like it. I don't like it. It's too far from the pitch. Yes, yes, yes. All that is true. But look at it from a player's perspective. It ticks all the boxes for a Championship player. You don't have to encounter any of the fans on the way in on the coach. If you do, a couple might hang around. But it's not like the coach pulling into Upton Park. It's not like the coach pulling into Goodison Park at Everton. It's all gated and it goes in. There's a lovely big car park. And they get in there. This place was built for the best athletes in the world, of course. It's the Olympic Stadium. I forget the name of the London Stadium. This place is opulence and it is brilliant. It's palatial. There's steam rooms, there's spas, there's integrated drinks machines. It is beautiful. It's cavernous. There's huge amounts of space in there. The opposition players are going to walk in there thinking, yeah, I fancy this. Not the man cave. They're gonna fancy playing in a London stadium. And when they get out on that pitch, they are going to be thinking, boy, this is great. The West Ham fans are miles away. They can't really impact us. It doesn't really matter. I can dive. I can take the mickey. I can do fouls. I can do what I want. They're miles away. We can barely hear them. Added to the fact that there ain't going to be 60,000 fans in there. If we're down the Championship, I think we'll still be the best represented club in the Championship. I think that would be fair. I think we get 30,000 in there. No problem at all. But that ground would not look clever with 30,000 fans in it. Not at all. I think they'd love it. I think it'd be... I just don't... I almost think we would be surrendering home advantage in that stadium. I think the normal... what's the word I'm looking for? The normal advantages that come with home advantage, if you know what I mean, would not apply to West Ham. It would be a nice trip for them. I think the surroundings would be easy. I think the change rooms would be lovely. I think the pre-match meal would be lovely. I think it's all lovely, 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 lovely. And even when we get on the pitch, it's still lovely. Honestly, I think it's a big day out. I think they get a big allocation for their family as well. Ticket allocation, because there'd just be tickets going everywhere. The family come along. It's family, it's selfies, it's West Ham. It's just not an intimidating place to come. Anyway, so that's that. What players? Diangana, yes. Crusty. Diangana's a good one. And I think he'd be good. And you mentioned Nathan Holland. I think he'd be good as well. So that's two. That's your wingers. Sorted out. Would Antonio stick around? I don't think he would kick off. I don't think he'd force a move. But a well-managed club like Crystal Palace will probably still find themselves in the Premier League. Crystal Palace been after Antonio. Would it appeal to him to stay in London and continue to play in the Premier League? Yes, of course it would. Would it appeal to our owners to get £70,000 off the wage bill? Yes, it would. So much as we'd like him to stay, I don't think he would. Would we keep Fabianski? I think Fabianski would probably remain. we might keep Roberto. You never know your luck, do you? Fredericks, yes, because Fredericks has played in that division. I think we keep Fredericks. That being said, if somebody offered some money for him, he's on 50 grand a week. I think he goes. Cresswell, Masuaku. Cresswell more than Masuaku. Masuaku's offers would come in. I'm not saying millions and millions, not 15 million, but you get relegated. Honestly, you know, so someone comes in with 7, 8, 9 million for Masuaku, you're selling him. Ogbonna, forget it. He's played for Italy, he's played for Juventus. he ain't sticking around. And is that the guy you want in the Championship? I don't think so. I don't think that's really the central defender you want. You'll probably find Winston Reid comes in, starts featuring. You mentioned Mark Noble, like he's a shoo-in. Possibly, you know, listen, Mark Noble sticks around. Mark Noble remains part of the squad, absolutely 100%. But you're going to play, people say twice a week in the Championship. Not twice a week every week, is it? But lots of games, there are 2 weeks. There are 2 games in a week. Noble's not going to be able to do that. You're going to need a lot of legs in there. So you're still going to need somebody else. You're still going to need someone to run. Declan Rice, probably not. Plays for England now. Why would he stick around? I can't see that Declan would stick around. I think he'd want to. I think he would feel bad about leaving. I don't think Declan would do a Jermaine Defoe. But, you know, Declan ditched Ireland to further his career. And so, of course, he would do that to West Ham. And I wouldn't blame him for doing so. Why would somebody with a world ahead of him want to stay at a relegated club in a half-empty stadium? I just don't think you would you? Who else are we dealing with here? Lanzini, no. Fornals, no. Anderson, no. These players are all going. I think Ben Johnson would come in and take one of the fullback roles, most likely. I think by and large you are dealing with a decimated squad. Haller, not a chance. Would he stay? Relegation. We'd lose money on him, of course. A Jetty, would we want to start the season with Jetty? Would he even score goals in the Championship? We don't know. Have to get a Championship striker in. Would be a massive, massive overhaul. And all the while, it'd be very difficult to get promoted this time, just because there would be such a massive, massive overhaul of players. So many of them would go. Because whilst we might think, well, you know, you get relegated, you stick around and you pull your finger out. That's all well and good, but a lot of these players would still be coveted by other clubs that aren't in the Premier League. Some Premier League clubs might look at them and think, well, you know, you're down tools and let West Ham go down. There'd be clubs on the continent that would want a lot of the players that I've just mentioned, and they would go. And I just don't think you can bring in... I think we'd probably be bringing in 10 to 15 players if we went down. And you can't do that and expect them to gel. And at the same time, expect them to beat those Championship clubs, which are already maybe got knocked out in the playoffs, but are there or thereabouts in that division, and maybe have just added 1 or 2 players. You look at the clubs that have got promoted last season. They don't, which is Aston Villa, Norwich, and Sheffield United. They don't tend to be teams like West Ham. Aston Villa were down for a season before they got they didn't get promoted at the first attempt, did they? They missed out, of course. But the team they've got promoted with is not a team full of the players that you see in West Ham's first team now. Norwich is not full of the players that you see in West Ham's first team now, and Sheffield United is certainly not full of players like you see in West Ham's first team now. So, there you go, Crusty Carl, my old son. That's what I think about West Ham United in the Championship. And that's all without even beginning to consider who our manager would be in such a scenario. I think we can all agree that it wouldn't be Manuel Pellegrini, because obviously if we go down, he's just taken us down. And no pedigree for taking anyone out of the Championship, hasn't he? You know, maybe it's Tony Pulis or somebody like that. I'm painting a lovely picture of the future, of course. Obviously, we're all hoping none of this happens. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Who knows? Who knows? I think it's not happening, because I do believe, and as I've said for 2 or 3 videos now, the board won't allow this to stagnate. I think they learnt their lessons with Abraham Grant. I think if it continues 2 or 3 games more, he's gone. He's gone. Because a £20 million payoff is a lot cheaper than losing 150 million quid a year, which is what it basically amounts to. Right, that's it. Ray's video is going on now. Ray, thank you very much for sending the video in. And there we go. Ray is as frustrated as the rest of us. Oh, one other thing before I go. Later on this evening, Tuesday evening, should I say, that later on Tuesday evening, I am on with the Three Hammers. So I am doing the Three Hammers podcast. I will put, actually I can't put the link in the description below, can I? Because this is going out before that goes out. Tomorrow's video, I'll link that in. But I'm on the Three Hammers. Go and search for the Three Hammers. If you're not sick of the sound of me by now, after 15 minutes, and you want a little bit more rubbish being spoken, not by them, by me, then yeah, the Three Hammers. And yeah, we got loads of videos, lunchtime videos all week. I'm on the Three Hammers, and I'm also Tuesday, and I think Wednesday we're doing, myself and Jill doing a video. Wednesday, I think it's Wednesday. I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday. There's a lot of stuff going on, considering there's not a lot going on, if you know what I mean. Over to Ray, give him a watch. I'll see you tomorrow, or tonight if you watch the Three Hammers. I'm going.
Hi guys, it's Ray here. So, day after the night before, what went wrong? We got out-muscled, we got out-fought, we got out-worked, and outplayed. What more can you say from that? Literally, Roberto can't play for us in goal again. That was so bad, it's unbelievable. Rice has got to take fault for the first game. I believe Gio mentioned it, and you can see that he left his man at the back post, knocked it down for a tap in, really. Would Fabregas come in and take that from the air? Probably. I think he would have done. But still, that goal that Roberto just put in the back of his net, and that pass he did to Balbuena, two shocking mistakes there. And you can see the defence and the team just give up. They literally had no fight in them. So where do we go now? Pellegrini out. If he carries on doing this after the international break, there's going to be no option, but he's going to have to go, really. It's just no more. What can we do? We can't keep going this way, because we're going to be in relegation by the end of December. Oh, we've got two tough fixtures in Spurs and Chelsea. Chelsea are flying. Spurs are not having a great season as they are. But yeah, that's where we are. We are probably in a relegation fight. Tough. It's tough.